Hello, this is Dr. Scott Behrens from Teaching and Learning, and we will be discussing the progress and things that are going on in the teaching and learning area today. So let's get started. First, I'd like to introduce, I'm going to put him right on the camera there. There we are. Our new Dean of Career Education is Michael Ernie, and he comes to us from Kokomo, Indiana, where he was Dean of Advanced Manufacturing and Engineering and Applied Sciences, and he has truly been a champion of hands-on education, and so we're extremely happy to, and at College Access, so we're extremely happy to welcome you to our team. We have a lot of fun things going on, and we'll hear from you today as well. A couple of kudos, Charlie Hodges and Clarissa Thomas have accepted the security specialist positions at South Walton and Defuniak Springs. Thank you to Glenn Barfield for that update. Also, huge kudos to everyone who made the move over. Kristen last put this up. Huge kudos to everyone for moving everything over in the middle of all their work and getting that done. So everyone did that very cheerfully, and we're in the new building now, so that's very exciting. All right, this is our big update on our WIG for W's. Our W's are down 17.7% as of week 5. So huge kudos to all of the faculty for making that happen. All the reach outs that you're doing to your with your students. And one of the requests that I have is please make sure that you are telling us about the things that you're doing to reach out to students. I want to include those in an update in the upcoming weeks, so that we can share our ideas. And remember that we need to reach out to all of those students, get them into the Academic Success Center even after we save them and keep them from withdrawing from classes, because we need to turn those students into A's, B's, and C's. So great work, everyone. And now I'll turn it over to Julie Cotton.
Sure. So Fort Walton Beach campus, the WIGs for 2018-19 was a revised MOU with University of West Florida, so that we keep that campus as a joint campus going, and the actions there are certainly negotiations ongoing for a revised MOU, and we are working on that currently. And then number 2 is increased enrollment through community engagement at the Fort Walton Beach campus. I'm happy to report that we had a 0.05 increase for student enrollment from fall 17 to fall 18. Those numbers are based on the weekly or the daily report that Kristen last sends out on class enrollment there. And through community engagement, we are actively promoting the college as a whole and also the Fort Walton Beach campus, but meeting with industry partners such as CareerSource, and certainly with our hospitality program being housed at the Fort Walton Beach campus. We've got a lot of hospitality partners that we're reaching out to and meeting with, and also meeting with the foundation and these partners to look at setting up scholarships for some of their employees. Culinary has started this semester, and we will run the lab classes at the Niceville campus and our kitchen here. We've also been meeting with chambers. We have a group in Destin that are looking at a high school, so we met with Dr. Stevenson and that group out of Destin to discuss a partnership possibly for a high school in Destin. So more information to come there. And then with HCA, talking about more allied health programs, how we could expand those. And then certainly recruiting in the high schools through Niceville High School and South Walton High School the last couple of months. Next slide are expansions, and at the Fort Walton Beach campus, culinary and hospitality programs. I'm pleased to report the hospitality program, which we're a year in to that AS degree program, had 40 admitted during 2019-10, and 14 of those are actively enrolled in classes. And then culinary, which we started August of this year, we have 22 admitted and 10 are enrolled in classes this year. That report was from the Cognos report. Future programs for Fort Walton Beach, PTA and OTA, that's physical therapy assistant and occupational therapy assistant, as well as massage therapy. So we are working on identifying space for those programs, and we'll get a timeline to you later on that. And then we've added a second video classroom to the Fort Walton Beach campus, which should be able to be beneficial for department chairs to schedule more classes there and offer them in another location. We're re-roofing all of the buildings at the Fort Walton Beach campus. We've already re-roofed Building 3 and almost done with Building 4, so that is much needed, and appreciate Randy and Sam and their team on that. And then we would like to move the Academic Success Center into the library to follow the Niceville model. And currently it is in Building 7. That would offer longer hours and possibly weekend Academic Success Center activities. And then we are looking at the University of West Florida programs that there's 9 programs that students can get at the Fort Walton Beach campus through them. So we will be looking at the freshman and sophomore level classes that we offer.
Thank you. Mr. Barfield.
All right. Have a couple of slides there. The slide on the left is a photograph of the airport, Bob Sykes Airport in Crestview. And of course, we are beginning our airframe and power plant facility there. We have I've highlighted that to show you on the left that the scope of that airport, the size of the runway, and where our facility will be located in proximity to that. And then on the right, you actually have a close-up of our 2 buildings. Each building is approximately 5,000 square foot, and have lots of square footage there to offer our programs. And we're in the process of meeting with architects to begin to get those ready to begin our construction and remodeling. Also, this is just to kind of follow up with the growth that Julie referenced at Fort Walton. We've added video conferencing rooms there, and this is to kind of give a historic view of the growth that we're seeing in our video conferencing. This is a great way for our centers to grow their course load and to offer additional classes at the center population, especially in South Walton and the Funiac. And we're excited about the growth that we're seeing there. We have another event in Crestview coming up on October the 20th that is going to involve the college and our staff. It is the Sister City event. We have a sister city in France, and they will be sending a delegation over to meet our students here that will be traveling in 2 years over to France to meet their constituents there. So we have a big day planned on Saturday. It will begin at 12 o'clock and end approximately at 2 p.m. with the activities that will be held on the college campus there. And Dr. Behrens will be speaking, and we have our jazz band that will be performing some songs there for us. And we're in the process of getting those facilities there ready for that big event.
How many students did they say they had?
I think they're going to almost 20, but not quite.
That's
They'll
awesome.
be bringing to the event, so that's really exciting to see them coming over and taking a look at what we're doing here.
All right. Thanks, sir. Dean Southern.
Sure. So my update for today, if you just don't mind going to the next slide, Dr. Behrens, in general education, we're focusing still, and we will be continuing to focus on the wildly important goal of increasing the percentage of A's, B's, and C's in our courses. And as of last week, it was an 11.5% decrease in W's. And as Dr. Behrens just said, today's number is a 17.5% decrease year-over-year comparison. Which is a huge decrease. And so I'm working with Jessica Hawley and her team in the Academic Success Center, and we are trying to come up with an electronic referral form so that faculty can refer students who might have otherwise received a W and refer them to the Academic Success Center so that those potential Ws don't then turn into Ds and Fs, because we want to make sure that the students are in fact successful in the courses. And so the electronic referral form will allow faculty to say exactly what it is that a given student needs in terms of help from a tutor. And as we know, sometimes students may go to the Academic Success Center but not be able to articulate exactly what their area of weakness is. So this, we hope, will be helpful with that.
Fantastic. And a big shout out to our faculty who are just obviously getting students where they need to be. Please make sure you keep that up and get students out to the ASC, though.
And I wanted to give kudos to Donna Pearson. She's welcomed a new class of students to PTK. And she told me that she's sending out a welcome video to all these students. And the video is produced by PTK, and it helps students it helps maintain their engagement, tells them what they can do as far as getting involved and staying involved. And then for the students who were not able to make the induction ceremony, of course, this video provides a really nice orientation.
Just so everyone knows, 40 new students were just inducted into our local PTK.
That's great.
And they are on track to be gold status by December.
Great.
So great work. All right, Dr. Ernie, or Mr. Ernie, Dean Ernie, our new dean. There we go. Went right past you there.
First of all, I want to say thank you, and everyone's been very helpful this week and made me feel welcome. It's been a very busy week as we've been discussing some new programs, new ideas, different things we're looking at with our new facilities in Crestview. We're starting the conversation of adding automotive and diesel technology, looking at HVAC, the airframe power plant programs, along with engineering, some of the subsections underneath that, including CNC. So there's quite a few different things. Of course, the ongoing PTA, massage, natural gas is starting. Those programs are starting up now. But quite a bit of excitement, a lot of potential. Looking forward to the growth and where we continue to go.
Fantastic. And I'm going to ask for everyone's help in identifying people capable of teaching in our pilot programs and our natural gas programs. So if you have any names, please send them to Dean Ernie so that we can make contact with those people and invite them in. Thank you, sir. All right, over to Principal Boyer.
Okay, for the 2018-2019 school year, the Collegiate High School currently has an enrollment of 75 sophomores, 114 juniors, and 100 seniors for a total of 289 students for this school year. This slide, the CHS students did very well on the spring 2018 standardized test. The Florida Standardized Assessment English Language Arts test is given to sophomores and is a graduation requirement for high school students. CHS had a 97% pass rate, which exceeds the pass rate in Okaloosa, Walton, and the state.
I'm almost afraid to ask because I feel like we can't do any better possibly. Where does that relate to last year?
Roughly around the same last year.
Wow, phenomenal.
Well, last year we had 99%. Sorry. And with this slide, students at CHS also did very well for the Florida history end of course exam with a 99% pass rate. And this pass rate, students exceeded the pass rate for the surrounding counties as well as the state. And last year we had a 100% pass rate. And this chart shows that, as you can see by this chart on this slide, that CHS seniors exceeds the state and the national college readiness benchmarks on both the SAT and the ACT test.
Well done. Thanks, sir. On to Dr. Gerald with adult education.
Thank you, Dr. Behrens. So adult education, first of all, kudos out to Stephanie Bailey, our interim administrator for the program. She just received notice early this month, that our second year of our grant has been approved. So our adult education program is funded through a state grant. It's a 3-year program. The first year is competitive. We're now in year 2, which is a renewal year. And we just received word that our budget has been approved. That budget is approximately $430,000 a year, which equates to about $411 per student head that is in that program, and those numbers are based off our projected student enrollment. The adult ed program in general covers two groups of students who have yet to earn their high school diploma, so they're seeking a GED, a high school equivalency exam, and then our ESOL students who do not speak English as their first language but are pursuing assistance in their oral and written communication skills. The curriculum integrates reading, writing, math, science, social studies, and career readiness skills. The cost per student, the cost to the student is $30 per class, and we have open enrollment in our adult ed program. Those students can enroll at any time throughout the semester up until 2 weeks to the end of before the end of the term. On the right of the slide, you see just a breakdown of that $430,000 yearly. It is broken over 4 different grants that we actually apply for each year. So you'll see those, they're split across the 2 counties for Okaloosa and Walton County. The next slide for us shows our goals for this year. The grants actually have a fiscal penalty if you do not hit your projected enrollment numbers. So on the left, you're going to see year 1. The red is our projection, the numbers we submitted for the grant across those 4 grants. The blue represents 85% of that projection. So if we did not hit the 85% mark, we would have had to return funds back to the state, The green line represents our actual enrollment. So you'll see that we met our 85% threshold across all 4 grants. Year 2, you'll see similarly that the red line indicates the projection and the blue line indicates a 90% threshold that we'll have to hit in year 2. So it increases up to 90%. And you'll also see, I'll refer back to the one on the left, the green line, you'll see that actually our enrollment was much higher across the 2 Okaloosa County grants. So if this trend continues, we may want to increase our projected enrollments in the 3rd year of the grant. And then last slide, Dr. Behrens, you'll see just real quick a breakout of our enrollment for this fall semester. I don't have enrollment counts for you yet because it's still open enrollment. So at the close of the term or maybe sooner, we'll get some numbers for you. But this shows you the number of classes and by location. So you'll see that Fort Walton Beach is our large, where we offer the most classes. There you've got 3 adult ed classes and 5 ESOL classes. But also wanted to draw your attention, we offer classes at both Walton and Okaloosa County jails in this program. And lastly, you'll see a picture of some of our graduates from last year. We had 100 GED graduates, and this year we've got 50 and we're counting. So
That's phenomenal. What are we doing to help them continue that educational track into the college?
Sure. So part of the grant funds that we received, the $430,000, we use that to fund personnel, and we have 3 transition advisors. Their primary responsibilities are to assist these students with transitioning out of this program and either into the workforce or into college classes. And I don't have any benchmarks for you, but we can look at bringing that back next time.
Nope, that's great. Thank you. Well done. On to Ms. Holly.
So this slide is just basically our numbers for the Academic Success Center. The pie chart is just the breakdown of the sessions that we had for week 5 and the percentage of students in each subject area. And then the line graph shows our weekly numbers. The gray line is our current semester, fall 2018. And then the other 2 lines are spring 2017 and fall 2017.
That's a huge increase. And one of the things I'm noticing is we're getting more students now in science and social sciences.
Mm-hmm.
So great job. Are we doing something in particular to reach out to those? Or?
We had social sciences did some workshops. So they had the SLS classes. I think it was one of the SLS classes coming for workshops.
Great.
So, and then the Academic Success Center team, the Learning and Retention Navigators, have been making phone calls based on instructor referrals, and they've been doing a great job of keeping up with that. They've attempted to contact over 100 students so far, starting off with a phone call. If they can't get through by phone, they send an email, and then they keep trying by phone. And they've managed to reach 37% of the students so far, and they're continuing to try to reach out to them.
Are you starting something now to reach out and follow the student to see what kind of an impact the Academic Success Center is having on their outcomes?
Yeah, we're keeping track of all of the students, and we're trying to see. Right, we don't really know how they're doing so far as the impact.
Sure. Okay,
But
but we're tracking it.
We
We're
are
going
tracking
there.
that, yeah.
Fantastic.
And then this last slide is just our supplemental instruction pilot. What we're hoping for the spring is to attempt to put supplemental instruction facilitators in a few of the Math 1033 classes and see if we can offer another type of tutoring assistance to our students. And then on the right is just kind of our general plan for how we're going to do that. We're about to do outreach to some of our relevant stakeholders to see if we can get some of them on board. So.
Very good. On to library.
Okay, you could leave it focused on you. That would be the larger chart is the chart of the door count. That's not necessarily a great way to tell the impact, but you will see that we are averaging somewhere around 100 to 120 more a week over last fall. So that's a good number of additional people. But I'm really excited about the number down at the bottom that's in the pie chart, because that talks about loans. Now, I don't have that information on a week-by-week basis, so this is actually the month of August. But the month of August in 2017, we had just over 1,000 loans, and the month of August in 2018, we have over 2,300 loans. So that's a lot more use of our materials, and we're very excited about.
That's crazy. What do you attribute that to?
To a large extent, I think it's particularly that first week, how hard we worked to get all the students to come in and use the facility then. And so apparently that first week was a very big week for us.
We'll take it. Great job.
Yes. The second slide is more about the Career Services Center, and again, those are just some of the standard numbers, but we are now starting to compare our assessments over last year and this year, and what we found so far is that we're basically running about the same number of assessments, and so we hope we're going to work on upping the number of assessments.
And huge kudos to Pam Walters for
getting ready for
Career
Day. We have 80 tables that we think are going to be, that number goes up because of the units or departments from the college that are now part of participating in it.
But over 70 businesses. Our goal, if you remember when we started, was 30.
Right. And we have well surpassed that goal.
So hopefully it won't rain.
Right. And we do have locations mapped out for everyone. So.
All right.
That day is October 3rd.
Yeah, let's get our adult education students out there too, because we'll have all kinds of employers and concepts and things for them to look at there. Who's last?
So Tim Madsen has been working on the withdrawal report, improving it to have student names, which has been helpful, as well as just noting that the graph shown earlier is showing 17.5% lower reported W grades.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for everyone. We'll take the rest of the discussion offline.